Hey, welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, this is Citrus Living, and this is your space for real wellness advice without the fear-mongering fads or fluff. Today we're diving into a topic that hits all of us: nutrition myths. You know the ones. Carbs are evil. You need tons of protein or you'll waste away. Eggs are bad for your heart. Don't eat fruit, it has sugar. It's exhausting. Nutrition advice today feels like a bad game of telephone. One person misreads a study, another person turns it into a TikTok, and suddenly everyone's scared to eat bananas. So in this video, we're going to bust the most common nutrition myths backed by science so you can make choices that support your health without second-guessing everything you eat. Let's bring some clarity to the chaos. Let's separate fact from fiction, one myth at a time. Myth number 1, carbs make you gain weight. Let's start with what might be the most common and misunderstood nutrition myth of all time. Carbs make you gain weight. The truth? Carbohydrates are not inherently fattening. What causes weight gain is a calorie surplus. Regardless of whether those calories come from carbs, fat, or protein, carbs are your body's preferred source of energy, especially your brain. Whole food carbs like fruits, vegetables, legumes, and whole grains provide fiber, vitamins, and minerals that support digestion, heart health, and long-term energy. The problem comes when people lump all carbs together. Yes, ultra-processed sugary carbs like soda, donuts, and chips can lead to overconsumption, but that's more about low satiety and high palatability than the carb itself. Bottom line, carbs are not your enemy. Cutting them completely isn't sustainable or necessary for most people. Focus on quality, not elimination. Myth number 2, you need massive amounts of protein to be healthy. Protein is having a moment, and while it's an essential macronutrient, social media makes it seem like you need to eat a small farm's worth of chicken breasts daily, or you'll shrivel up. Here's the deal. Protein is crucial for building muscle, supporting your immune system, and keeping you full. But more isn't always better. For most healthy adults, aiming for 0.6 to 0.8 grams per pound of body weight is plenty. More if you're training intensely, pregnant, or recovering from injury. But going overboard, eating 200 plus grams a day when your body doesn't need it, doesn't make you stronger or leaner. Your body can only use so much, and the rest gets stored or excreted. Instead of obsessing over hitting some arbitrary gram goal, focus on including a source of protein at each meal, like eggs, fish, tofu, beans, or lean meats. You'll naturally get what your body needs without the stress. Myth number 3, eggs are bad for your heart. Eggs. One decade, they're evil cholesterol bombs. The next, they're a superfood. So what's the real story? The old fear came from the fact that egg yolks contain cholesterol. But more recent research has shown that for most people, dietary cholesterol doesn't significantly impact blood cholesterol levels. Saturated fat and trans fats have a much bigger effect. Eggs are actually one of the most nutrient-dense foods on the planet. They're rich in choline, which supports brain health, and they contain high-quality protein and fat-soluble vitamins. Unless you have a specific medical condition that requires limiting cholesterol, eggs are not the enemy. In fact, a couple of eggs a day can be part of a heart-healthy diet, especially when paired with veggies and whole grains. So go ahead, make that omelet. Your heart and brain will thank you. Myth number 4, fruit has too much sugar. This one drives me bananas, pun intended. Somewhere along the way, fruit got lumped into the same category as candy because of its natural sugar content. And yes, fruit contains fructose, a type of sugar, but it also comes packaged with fiber, water, vitamins, minerals, and antioxidants. Your body doesn't react to a banana the same way it does to a spoonful of high fructose corn syrup. The fiber in fruit slows down sugar absorption, preventing blood sugar spikes and keeping you full longer. Studies consistently show that people who eat more fruit have a lower risk of heart disease, obesity, and type 2 diabetes. The problem isn't fruit, it's added sugars in ultra-processed foods. Unless you have a medical condition like uncontrolled diabetes, you don't need to fear fruit. In fact, including 2 to 3 servings of whole fruit a day is one of the easiest and most delicious ways to boost your health. Myth number 5. Healthy eating is expensive and time-consuming. One reason a lot of people feel overwhelmed by nutrition is the idea that eating healthy is expensive or takes forever to prep. But here's the thing. Real food doesn't have to be fancy or pricey. Canned beans, frozen veggies, brown rice, oats, eggs, and in-season produce are all affordable, nutrient-dense staples. And meal prepping doesn't have to mean spending hours in the kitchen on Sunday night. It could be as simple as making extra portions at dinner and saving leftovers. Marketing has made healthy synonymous with $14 smoothies, superfood powders, and designer meal kits. But that's not the full picture. Simple home-cooked meals can be incredibly nourishing and budget-friendly. Start small, build meals around whole foods. And know that healthy eating is more about consistency and balance than perfection or price tags. Myth number 6. Dairy is bad for everyone. Now, let's talk about dairy, one of the most polarizing food groups out there. Some people do genuinely have issues with dairy, like lactose intolerance, which affects a significant portion of the population. But the idea that all dairy is inherently inflammatory or harmful, that's not supported by science. In fact, fermented dairy, like yogurt and kefir, has been shown to support gut health, and moderate dairy intake is linked to strong bones and reduced risk of heart disease in many studies. Of course, it depends on the individual. If dairy doesn't make you feel good, skip it. But if you tolerate it well, there's no need to cut it out just because it's trendy. Opt for high-quality sources. Plain Greek yogurt, cottage cheese, and aged cheeses are good options. And always tune in to how your body responds, not what a stranger online says. Myth number 7, if it's natural, it must be healthy. Last but not least, natural equals healthy. Sounds good, right? But it's a dangerous oversimplification. Plenty of things are natural: arsenic, mold, poisonous mushrooms, and you wouldn't want those on your salad. The term natural isn't even regulated in many countries. It can be slapped on everything from sugary granola bars to highly processed snack foods. Just because something has a green label or a leaf logo doesn't mean it's good for you. On the flip side, some science-backed ingredients like fortified foods or supplements might sound synthetic, but actually offer important health benefits. Moral of the story: don't fall for buzzwords. Read the ingredients, know what you're consuming, and don't let labels think for you. Use a little skepticism and a lot of common sense. All right, those were 7 of the biggest nutrition myths officially busted. If you've ever felt confused by conflicting advice, I hope this gave you a little clarity and a lot of confidence to trust your body and make choices from a place of knowledge, not fear. Nutrition doesn't have to be complicated. It's not about cutting entire food groups, obsessing over macros, or chasing the latest trend. It's about listening to your body, fueling it with intention, and enjoying food again. If you liked this video, give it a thumbs up, hit subscribe, and share it with someone who's tired of diet drama. And let me know in the comments, which nutrition myth have you fallen for in the past? Or is there one you want me to investigate in the next video? Thanks for being here, for being curious, and for caring about your health in a smarter, more sustainable way. See you in the next one.